microphone showdown between the Fifine K688 and the Maono PD300X. Two very similar looking microphones. I don't know, they're trying to snatch up a little bit of the market from the K688. Will the audio match up? Now, the Fifine's a 16-bit, this is a 24-bit. We're gonna put them head to head and see which one of these two is the way to go for your pockets, because, well, one's a little bit cheaper than the other. The K688 coming in at that price there, and the Maono PD300X is coming in at this price you see right here. All right, without further ado, let's just start looking at which one of these is better for you. Should you just save a few bucks, or should you spend a little bit more and get, well, are you gonna get a little bit more? Will the 300X cut the K688's throat and be the next better competitor? Let's just start taking a look at the hardware. Spin the record. What? First, starting with the K688. Now, upon appearance, I mean, if you took off this shock mount, it probably would look like a Shure SM7B. Not fully metal. Yes, there is a misconception about this microphone, about it being a metal microphone. The body is plastic, 100% plastic body, just a very hard matte plastic, and it looks metal, but that is plastic, techies and gamers. So yeah, but either way, it still looks good. And you have your monitor and audio volume on the back. Pretty convenient. It's out of the way. There's no knobs on the body itself. It's a standard shock mount rubber band system you got going on there. Nothing special. Capsule is a little bit recessed back, not by much. Front thin little windscreen here. It's very thin on that front piece. For all intents and purposes, I'm not a big fan of the USB. It's very muffled. Another pet peeve I have with this is that the monitoring on this device is pretty bad. Really low gain when you're monitoring on the monitoring port. The PD300X. Now, very similar build here. As you can see, very same kind of windscreen you got going on there. Same material. It's velvety, just like that of the K688, but it's thicker. Yes, a little bit thicker and sturdier all around, including on the front portion. Fully metallic body. Yes, 100% metal, techies and gamers, body shock mount. And even the mount here where you mount onto your boom arm or your boom stand. The only thing we got plastic going on is this little monitor mix button, which is fine. It is not very much more muffled than that of the PD200X, which was a super clacker. Same for the mute. The mute is 10 times quieter. Let's click that. You hear it? 100 times quieter than the PD200X, which was a big time turn off. And probably one of the reasons I kind of just stopped using it is so it can be a deal breaker. Not the biggest fan of the branding and the barcode on the back. You can peel that off, but the branding you can't. On the Fifine K688, you see that it is very much almost invisible, pretty dark gray there. You just have your aux USB port and your XLR port. Same for the K688. There's a visual LED indicator there for your monitor mix, which is fantastical. The shock mount system on this PD300X is way better than that of the K688. Take a look at that. Very hefty shock mount system you got going on there. Very thick, and it wraps around the entirety of the body of the 300X. Very heavy. The weight of the 300X is right here, and the weight of the K688 right there. So big difference in weight. This is a significantly heavier mic. Looking at the capsule of the 300X, you'll see that it is slightly recessed as well, and just about the same distance as that on the K688. The 300X is slightly smaller here. That's pretty much the gist of the hardware itself. For me, I think the Maono PD300X, it's a superior piece of hardware in terms of quality and build. All right, USB out of box. Microphone check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What does the K688 sound like at this proximity? In full USB mode. No filtering, no processing of any sort. This is literally just connected directly to my computer. And that's it. It's got a little bit of good noise rejection. I'm got my PC underneath me directly, so you can probably hear a little bit of that air. But for the most part, at least in my monitoring, because I can't really hear that well through this port. Once you get off of this microphone and you start talking off to the side, you will just completely start getting lost easily. It's cardioid dynamic, but you get lost very fast. So this is one of those ones that needs to be up close in your face and not directly like this. Better off to the side, because then you get plosives and hissings. God, that S is really, even with cheap monitoring, I can still hear that sibilance. Switching over to the PD300X cam, I can kind of make a visual distinction between the two microphones. And as you can hear, I can hear in monitoring, it is really loud. The monitoring on this is way better than that of the K688. And it sounds good and nice and loud. I can kind of push it back a little bit. And yeah, the gain is way up there. Much more gain in USB as far as I can see. Okay, now I have fully maxed out USB mode for the PD300X. Do you hear the gain difference? Do you hear that sensitivity? PD300X 123 full volume versus the K688. What do you think of this audio loudness? The pickup is ridiculous. I can literally hold this off shot and still get audio quality. Let me not try my best not to rub the cable. I can totally throw my PD300X out of shot and get big, ginormous pickup, but you get a lot of that noise floor in your audio. And if I bring it close like this, testing 1 2 3 4 5, do you hear that audio quality? Sounds a bit better, a little too loud. Let's lower that gain a little bit. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. This is the PD300X in USB mode. I don't have the Maono Link application running, so this is what you're getting out of your face in your box. Because I was able to lower my gain enough, a lot actually, it's probably about 50%, it kills off all background noise. My PC fans are directly under me and I see no levels moving. Fantastic audio here in USB, nice and robust. And well, you can do some fantastic stuff here with the Maono 300X in USB with the Maono Link app. And that Maono Link app with its new upgrade is quite awesome. Here we are with the PD300X in USB mode, and this is a particular profile I have set with the Maono Link app. Now I'm going to switch it over so you can see with the Maono Link app what exactly you get here with this updated version of the software, which is pretty fantastic. They make some nice upgrades here. So right now I have this guy going, which is a particular profile I set, dipped off some of that low end so you can kill off a little bit of that rumble, brought up a little bit of this particular high end right here and dropped off the higher frequencies to get rid of a lot of that sibilance I was getting initially. And right now it sounds fantastic talking from the side of your mouth. And you can see I have some low pass and high pass filters slid it over just ever so slightly a little bit. And we're focusing here on this mid-range and dropped off a little bit of this middle range here, which was giving a little bit of an annoying sound in my voice, killing off a little bit of like a hum I had. This is the original, as you can see. Original with the device is quite a bit, it's very different. There's a lot more, too much brightness in it, I think, the way it is right here out of box. You can totally get away with it and just edit some of that high end off in post. You can create multiple profiles here in the software, as you can see. Just keep adding new ones, or you can import one from, I don't know, say you have another computer with the Maono Link application, you have a profile there you want to import. You can import it on another device like this computer here or a laptop or something like that. There are a bunch of other settings here. We have podcasting, right? You can just really just go crazy with this application, some presets and a lot of customization for recording. This is going to kill off a lot of that low end that you're going to probably get in your audio. And then you have for gaming, which also has a pretty, if you can, it shows the profile here, which is fantastic. Big high pass reduction here. So yeah, sky's the limit when you're using USB with the Maono PD300X. Very impressive. And then you got flat mode again, low cut or high pass filter, presence boost up your mid range, which is where your vocals are. And then you have low cut with mid boost to get rid of some of that low end. A lot of options here. You have compression, you have a little bit of limiter. I wouldn't go so much with compression, just ever so slightly. Definitely want to limit it so that we don't clip. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the full review of what you can do with this software. I'm going to create a separate video altogether to just go crazy with all of the updates and the customizations you can do with a mono microphone. Maybe not the 300X, maybe I'll do the 400X or something, but the point of that will be the software. Wow, that is a lot of pickup in XLR. Now we have some even playing field here because we just converted both to 24-bit by using a mixer. So this is the audio quality, and as you can see, the gain has quadrupled here with the K688 that you're seeing in your face, and it is picking up all kinds of noise. I can hear it. I'm trying not to get so close because you can definitely make that thing ring. And well, now you have basically condenser style audio with everything blasting at 100%. We need to get a little bit of control of this K688. Woos, that sibilance will be, your mic has just completely opened and it's showing its full Superman potential. Let's lower that gain down a little bit on mic number 1 here. What do you think, Techies Gamers? The K688 sounds fantastic with this particular mode, XLR. This is probably one of the real reasons why I have not yet discarded this microphone or given it away, because XLR is really good. And well, I like the appearance as well. It looks fantastic, very professional looking. Superman ate a seashore by himself, the entire ocean, in a sauna. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis, popped them, poured them into a pitcher profusely. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis, popped them, poured them into a pitcher. You can do some ASMR with a microphone like this. PD300X in its full loud beauty here. It is just as loud as the K688, 24-bit in USB, 24-bit in XLR. And this is the quality you got going on here. Sounds pretty good, Techies and Gamers. My lord, it's loud. You hear my PC fans underneath my desk here, and it is pretty crispy. Can't really tell which is better here in XLR, honestly. But let's do I can hear my oxygen. Let's lower this gain down the same way to about 75%. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis, popped them. Yeah, we don't want to clip. A lot quieter. You can still hear some ambient noise and stuff, but it sounds really good here. Techies and Gamers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you think of this audio quality now inside of your face? Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis, popped them, poured them into a pitcher. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis. Caesar ate a salad by the seashore with Susan in a sauna. Caesar ate a salad. Yep. Sibilance for sure. Same deal as the K688. Drop those high ends and low ends off in post or in the EQ, live EQ, if you got that capability, Audacity or something like that. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to hold both mics like such with one hand if I'm capable of doing that. Switching to the K688. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis, popped them, poured them into a pitcher profusely. Peter Piper picked a pack of Pepsis, popped them, poured them into a pitcher profusely. Yeah, just a little bit more air or thump. Maybe has to do with this very thin windscreen. Doing a audio check with the K688. What does this audio quality sound like in close proximity, Techies and Gamers, using your normal voice off access like such? What do you think of that audio quality in your face with the K688? Switching to the PD300X. Better noise rejection. You're getting the same amount of gain, but more noise on the K688. I'm going to do a silent switch. less noise rejection on the K688, and the gain level is the same. And the gain level is the same. And the gain level is the same. And last but not least, let's go ahead and try some noise suppression in XLR mode. Kill off a little bit of this ambient noise, fans and stuff going on in your environment. Ready? This is the PD300X. In 3, 2, 1. Noise suppression is now on for the PD300X in XLR mode. What do you think of this audio quality now? Clean XLR audio quality. You may sacrifice some minor tones in your vocal when you apply noise suppression, because it's essentially taking some spectrums of audio and kind of just what it's detecting as like fan and air and that kind of thing, and kind of lowering it down. And your voice, some parts of your voice may reside in those audio spectrums. If you're not doing any professional singing, you're just doing some broadcasting, some YouTube videos, content creation, gaming, suffice, this is more than enough quality you need in your audio. All right, so let's switch over to the K688 with a little bit of noise suppression going. There are some tones missing. I can hear it in my headset when I switch audio. There's some tones missing in general, whether it's USB, XLR, with or without noise suppression. And it's somewhere in the midtones. Something's getting clipped in the midtones. A little bit more muffled to me than the PD300X. And I'm really starting to notice it now as I'm doing some intense side-by-side comparisons here. So if I switch over now again to the PD300X, I can hear the PD300X, and it opens up just a little bit more crinkliness there. It's really noticeable. You have to really deep dive with your ears into the water to get to hear that. And make sure you got good headphones too. Back to the K688. Yeah, I absolutely recognize it now. Like I'm losing a little bit of my voice in it, a little bit of my vocal tones. It may not do the same thing for you. Your vocal tones may reside on a different band. But for me, it's getting muffled. Okay, I have the winner here. Let's get to the conclusion. Who do I think is the winner? I think the PD300X is definitely the winner. More input, gain input going into the PD300X than the K688. Yep. And then, of course, you got in USB that you can just totally modify the profile of it with the Maono Link application. That just takes it to a whole other sphere of functionality. Awesome build quality, which is also better than the K688. Better build, better USB profile, better USB features where you can just change USB. I've never really been a fan of the K688 in USB. I've always used it in XLR. There's nothing I can do with it in USB. It's just is what it is out of box. There's just so much flexibility with Maono microphones. There's a number of microphones where you can customize that EQ with the Maono Link app in USB. This is also a better sounding microphone in XLR. It sounds just ever so slightly a bit richer than the K688. You really have to listen in and get some pretty decent headphones. That mid-range is where you're going to hear a lot of that difference, mid and high range. Sorry, all my K688 diehards. You got something just a bit better going on here with this PD300X in both USB, especially USB. It just blows the K688 out of the water. And in XLR, there is more richness. If you think the K688 has one in maybe XLR mode, don't dare say it one in USB mode, because if you do, you might be just like, maybe a little biased there. I don't know, because you have a K688 and you don't have one of these. But if you did have this in hand and you had a K688 in hand and you listen to them, you may not be as biased, basically. Now, message to Fifine. You guys are great. I think it is about time. You guys have a nice big lineup of microphones. It is about time that you develop software for it to support your mics. Yes, otherwise things like Maono, with especially for USB, they're just gonna keep trumping a lot of your microphones. This right here could have been a fantastic contender in USB if there was a software like the Maono Link software. Get a Fifine Link app. And if you can get something to customize your USB to microphones, you guys are now, Maono's gonna have a problem. With that said, I'm out of here. Time for some crackers and, I don't know, guacamole or something. I'll see you in the next review. Later.